The online store is open. We have all of the specialty tools, supplies, consumables to make the repairs on your projects go fast and easy. The link is in the description. Hey, this is Robert here at Fabrication. What we're doing today is building a material rack out of 1¼ round tube, and it is going to be detachable. Now, we're building it for this welding trailer, but the steps are the same for a truck bed. Now, this is our little welding trailer we built for the shop. If you're interested in that full build, the link will be in the description. And it all starts with pen and paper. Now, you're going to base the design off of your whatever you're hauling, what your needs are. And we need a 4-point, something simple to haul round or square tubing. And the design can get as complex as you want. Like I mentioned, this is going to be a simple one, detachable. It's all going to start with these base plates. That's going to be the mount that our 1¼ tubing will slide into. We're going to make some stanchions for that. And then we're going to pin that with linch pins. That's what's going to keep it in place. And get those set into place. You want to keep in mind we're going to pull this thing straight off, so we don't want to put the mounts in really crazy hard to get to areas. Okay, now these are going to be the stanchions that the 1¼ round tubing for our material rack will slide into. We need 4. And we're going to get those cut off. Now, if you're doing this for a bed of a truck, you can also use the stake holes, but we're going this direction for our little trailer, welding trailer build. And we are going to get those welded up. Now, we're going to weld these onto the welding trailer, but you can also drill holes and make them bolt in. And personally, I like this a lot better than using the stake holes because, man, they can get bound up. This is really easy and clean. You can detach it a lot easier than using stake holes. Now, this one, we've got a table, little welding work table on the trailer. So we're going to go right through that thing. And that'll allow us to keep everything square because the trailer tapers at the front. Our 1¼ tubing. Okay, so I have a video on this. I'll have a link in the description. We're going to be here it is. The link is in the description. Now, we're going to make this out of round tube, not square tube. Square tube, yeah, that's pretty easy to do, but we want to do something a little nicer. So a little bit more math is going to be involved. And it looks complex. It's really not. If you watch that video, it'll tell you exactly how to do it. Now I'm going to be using this bender. Now you can use a Harbor Freight tubing bender. It's much less expensive. This is the one we have, so this is what we're going to use. And it's all in the setup, a little bit of math, and you can make perfect bends every time. And the key to using this type of bender is your starting point. Now that can be anywhere that you choose, but to do the math correctly, you have to have the same starting point every time. And then we can measure it out and calculate exactly how much material we're going to need. And it looks complex, but once you do it once or twice, you get the hang of it really quickly. And we are going for a 90-degree bend here. We're going to have to take a couple of bites at this. And there it is, our first 90-degree bend. Now we've made this radius gauge, and that's what the video is over, how to make this piece. And we have it in 1-inch increments. And that's going to tell us, now we can calculate exactly how much length of pipe or tubing we need to the start of the next bend. So this is kind of two videos in one. It's a crash course in tube bending plus the material rack. And that's going to allow us to come down perfectly into the mounts that we've already laid out. Now this is a really important step. You don't want to bend the tubing if it is not level. The other side of the tubing. Yeah, because if you get a twist in that, it's going to be very difficult to untwist. We want to keep everything nice and level. That way we can make some really accurate bends. And once you've made a radius gauge for this particular size of tubing, I mean, it becomes much easier every bend. They have this type of bender as a manual bender also. And if you're going to be doing metal fabrication or anything like that, they're not a lot of money. Always invest in yourself. And there we have our pieces for our material rack. And it's like I said, we're going a little bit further. We're not just doing square tubing. I always like the round tubing. And that's what it looks like in the mounts. Now we haven't welded our mounts yet. And we are going to cut off the length that we need for the bed. And we're going to use our Harbor Freight tubing notcher. Man, my advice is don't spend a lot of money in a tubing notcher. This was actually, I picked this up used. If the shaft doesn't have a lot of play, it's going to work really well. I think I gave like maybe 30 bucks for that used off of Facebook. Cleaned up, man, it does a great job. And there it is. And that's the beginning of our bed rail or material rack rail. Want to keep everything square. Get it mocked into place. Now we can start tacking that thing up. And we just want to tack it in place at this point. Now we are going to use square tubing for the very top. And we're going to put some little braces in there. That's going to give us more surface area for the material we're going to be carrying. And we're going to splay those out slightly. That'll allow us to carry more. We're going to like reverse pyramid. And I built this trailer mostly for maybe doing fence, things like that. So we're going to be carrying wood and we're going to be carrying pipe. And we're going to get it set into place. Okay, now we're ready to weld those mounts into place. There it is. And now for our pins. Got the holes drilled. Now we're going to just come back with some quality paint. After everything's dried, get those pins in place. Now this is just a little add-on. And there it is. And it's like I mentioned, man, this is going to be removable. And I like this looks so much better than the square tubing material racks. A little bit more time and effort, but I think it's going to be well worth it. Now we could also come back and add a few more cross braces in there. But for what we're going to be doing, it's the correct length. The wood or the tubing is going to be longer. So we really don't need those. And our little light, now that could plug into a cigarette lighter, or now they have the little rechargeable or cordless lights. That's what I'm trying to say. You can make a little pocket for those, set those up there just as easily, and use batteries. But hey, hit that like and subscribe. I'd like to say thank you to all of our followers, subscribers, and as always, hey, thank you for watching.